I work in the venture capital space. I have 3.5 years of experience. I'm trying to look for a new job. What are the best practice to look for a job, especially during November, December? Please note, I have not worked in a large firm. Okay, so actually, November, December, believe it or not, are some of the best months to look for a job. There's an article on BCG called "Why November." Even see if I can pull it up here. Sure, showing them. Okay, so why G search? Why November? Why November? This is fun because this is a good question. It's right up my alley. December are the best months. Man, this is fun. Right here. So January is when everyone else is looking for a job. If everyone else is doing the same thing, but you're going to be more likely to, there's will be more competition. But in January, lots of people are applying. This is the article right here. I think this will answer your question pretty well. But actually, in my experience, November and December are absolutely, what happened there, are absolutely some of the best months to look for a job. So if you look for jobs in November, December, the benefit of that time is, I'll just start with this article is called, I'll just cut and paste it because I don't have the URL because it came from search engine, but this is the article. So if you look for a job in November, December, the benefit of it is that there's fewer people looking for jobs. So everyone in the firm is just getting fewer applications. There's not, and so your resume will rise to the top of the pile because hardly anybody's applying. And especially if the firm has openings. So that's the thing. Now, there's another kind of secret that this is worth the price of admission to any like webinar if there was one. But one of the secrets is it's always better to interview on Fridays, especially in the afternoon, Fridays afternoon. And it's also always better to interview in November, December. And why is that? Better November, December. So the first reason is in November and December, there's just fewer applicants. So you have a much better chance of getting a job. Also, the law firm doesn't have to hire in January. So people love it. The law firm has openings. They know people are going to leave in January because everyone is getting a bonus and all this sort of thing. So if you start looking for a position in November and December, you're going to be one of the only people, and the law firm's not going to have to worry about hiring someone then. They're already going to have someone in place. There's people that they think are going to leave. So that's great. Now, why is it another reason? So on Fridays, if you interview, everyone is less critical than they normally are during Monday or Tuesday when they've sharpened their sword by getting some rest over the weekend. They're ready to go. So people that interview on Mondays tend to get fewer jobs, and people that interview on Thursdays, people on Tuesdays, same thing. But Fridays, for some reason, you have a much better chance of getting a job because people are in a better mood. They're less critical. Maybe they went out on Thursday night, who knows? But they're not going to sit there and drill you with the same level of, it's just different. They're excited about the weekend. They're in a better mood. And the same thing happens with November, December. Like they've done things with their family. They're excited. They're all this sort of stuff. And so you also tend to do better in November and December for that reason. I believe, and again, I've written a freaking article about it. I believe that this is really the most important thing it's one of the most important times of the year to search for jobs. Why wouldn't you want to search for a position when no one else is? Come on. It's huge. This is when you can move to bigger firms. It's when you can move. So you can apply to bigger firms than you're working at. It doesn't matter. Now, this particular person saying you worked in the ECVC space. One of the things I would say about what's nice about corporate law is it's actually much easier, especially if you're doing this sort of stuff, to move to a big firm from a smaller firm than is in a lot of other practice areas, because it's a very specialized practice area. There's not a lot of people to do it. The firms, when they need people in that practice area, will often have a difficult time recruiting. So they will be willing to look at people from smaller firms, all that sort of thing. There is a little bit of difference sometimes the size of the deals can be very helpful to often come from other types of things.